High in the mountains of South Sulawesi, Indonesia, lives the Toraja tribe. Famous for their unique relationship with death, their rituals offer a different view on life and the afterlife. Their traditions, passed through generations, are a strong part of their identity. The Toraja people are primarily Christian, but their beliefs are also rooted in animism, called Aluk To Dolo, or the way of the ancestors. This blend of beliefs is central to their unique funeral practices. For the Toraja, death is not an ending but a transition. It is a journey from one realm to another, a passage that is deeply respected and honored. They believe that the spirit of the deceased remains nearby until the funeral ceremony is complete. This ceremony is not just a ritual but a profound cultural event that can last for several days, involving the entire community. This belief leads to a remarkable practice, living with the deceased for weeks, months, or even years. The deceased are kept in the family home, where they are treated with the utmost care and respect. During this time, the deceased are treated as if they are sick. They are not considered dead until the funeral ceremony is held, which can be delayed for various reasons, including financial constraints. Family members talk to them, sharing their daily lives and keeping them informed about family matters. They offer them food and cigarettes, believing that the spirit still needs these comforts. They even change their clothes regularly, ensuring that the deceased are well groomed and presentable. This shows the depth of their respect and the continuity they see between life and death. For the Toraja, death is not a final farewell, but a temporary separation. It is a time to honor the deceased, to celebrate their life, and to prepare them for their journey to the afterlife. This unique perspective on death offers a profound insight into the Toraja's cultural values and their deep connection to their ancestors.
Keeping the deceased at home is made possible by using natural preservation techniques. These methods have been passed down through generations, ensuring that the body remains in a state that allows the family to continue their bond with the deceased. The body is washed and dressed in fine clothes, often the best garments the family can provide. This act of dressing the deceased is a deeply respectful and loving gesture, symbolizing the care and honor the family holds for their loved one. Then, wrapped in layers of cloth, the body is carefully prepared to ensure it is preserved for as long as possible. Each layer of cloth is applied with precision and care, reflecting the meticulous nature of Torajan funeral customs. Herbs and spices are used to mask the smell. These natural preservatives not only help in maintaining the body but also carry cultural significance, as they are often chosen for their symbolic meanings and traditional uses. The deceased is kept in a special part of the house, often in the tongkonan, our traditional boat-shaped house. This space is considered sacred, and it is where the family can visit and pay their respects daily, keeping the memory of the deceased alive within the household. This practice, while seemingly strange to outsiders, is a testament to the strong familial bonds of the Toraja people. It is a way for the family to remain connected to their ancestors, ensuring that the deceased continues to be a part of the family's daily life and traditions.
Indeed, it is a unique way to honor and remember loved ones, showcasing the deep connection. The ceremonies and rituals performed are not just for the deceased, but also serve to strengthen the community's ties and reinforce their cultural identity. Torajans maintain with their ancestors. These rituals are a profound expression of respect and continuity, ensuring that the legacy of the ancestors is preserved and honored for future generations. The Torajan way of living with the deceased is a beautiful blend of tradition, respect, and love, making it a unique cultural practice that continues to thrive in modern times.
When the family is financially prepared, a grand funeral ceremony is held. This preparation can take years, as the family saves up to ensure the event is as grand as possible. The Toraja people believe that the soul of the deceased cannot rest until the proper rites are performed, making this ceremony of utmost importance. These ceremonies are elaborate and expensive, often lasting for several days. Each day is filled with various rituals and activities, from the slaughtering of buffaloes to traditional dances and music performances. The more affluent the family, the more extravagant the ceremony, showcasing their respect and love for the deceased. The entire community participates, reaffirming social ties. This communal involvement is a testament to the close-knit nature of Toraja society. Friends, relatives, and even distant acquaintances come together, contributing their time and resources to honor the departed. The ceremony is a time for feasting, dancing, music, and traditional games. These activities are not just for entertainment but are deeply symbolic, representing the journey of the soul to the afterlife. The feasts are lavish, with an abundance of food and drink, reflecting the community's generosity and the importance of the occasion. It's a celebration of the life of the deceased and their journey into the afterlife. The rituals performed are believed to guide the soul safely to Puya, the land of the spirits. Each ritual, from the chanting of prayers to the offering of sacrifices, is meticulously carried out to ensure the deceased's smooth passage. The atmosphere is vibrant and lively, a stark contrast to typical Western funerals. Instead of somber mourning, there is a sense of joyous celebration. The Toraja believe that death is not an end but a transition to another realm, and this belief is reflected in the festive nature of their funerals.
The Toraja funeral ceremonies are not just about mourning, but celebrating life and the continuity of the spirit. The colourful decorations, the traditional attire, and the elaborate rituals all serve to honour the deceased and celebrate their life. It's a time for the community to come together, to remember and to rejoice in the belief that the spirit lives on. It's a beautiful blend of reverence and joy, truly unique to their culture. The smiles, the dances and the music all convey a deep respect for the deceased while celebrating the vibrancy of life. This unique approach to death and the afterlife is a profound reflection of the Toraja's cultural values and their unwavering belief in the continuity of the spirit. Section 5. Elaborate funeral rituals. One of the most striking rituals is the sacrifice of water buffalo. These animals are highly valued in Torajan culture, symbolizing wealth and status. The sacrifice is believed to help the deceased on their journey to the afterlife. After the sacrifice, the deceased is finally laid to rest in a stone grave, often carved into cliffs or caves. This practice reflects their deep connection to the land and their ancestors.
The Tongkonan, with its distinctive boat-shaped roof, is central to Torajan culture. More than just a house, it represents the family lineage and their connection to their ancestors. Each Tongkonan has a name and a history passed down through generations.
The Tongkonan is also a place for important ceremonies, meetings and celebrations. It's a symbol of unity, identity and the enduring strength of Torajan traditions.
Section 7. The importance of buffalo. Water buffalo hold a special place in Torajan culture. They are not just animals, they are symbols of wealth, status, and even spiritual significance. The number of buffalo sacrificed at a funeral reflects the status of the deceased and their family.
Buffalo are also used in traditional games and competitions during funeral ceremonies. These events add an element of festivity and competition to the somber occasion.
Section 8. Beyond the rituals, the Toraja spirit. While the funeral rituals are the most well-known aspect of Torajan culture, there is much more to their way of life. They are skilled farmers, artisans, and musicians. Their society is based on strong community ties and respect for elders.
The Toraja people are warm and welcoming, happy to share their culture with visitors. Their story is a reminder that death, while a universal experience, can be perceived and ritualized in vastly different ways.
Section 9. Tourism and Tradition. In recent decades, Tanah Toraja has become a popular tourist destination, drawing visitors from around the world. While tourism can bring economic benefits, it also presents challenges.
It's important for visitors to approach Torajan culture with sensitivity and respect. Tourism should not exploit or commodify their traditions. Instead, it should contribute to the preservation of their unique way of life.
Section 10. Respecting a unique culture. The Toraja people offer a unique perspective on life, death, and the relationship between the two. Their traditions, passed down through generations, are a testament to their deep connection to their ancestors and their land.
As we navigate a world that often feels increasingly homogenized, it's important to appreciate and respect cultures that offer alternative ways of seeing the world. The Toraja remind us that death, while a universal human experience, can be understood and ritualized in diverse and meaningful ways.